Perception is a process through which humans attend to, select, organize, interpret, and remember stimulating phenomena. It is a universal yet individual process. Each person experiences and interprets the world differently from others. Clarifying your perceptions, aligning these with others, and noting perceptual differences are important for effective communication. Through perception checking, we give others access to descriptions of what we think we've experienced by describing the stimuli, and to our interpretations by describing our feelings. Then, we offer them an opportunity to correct us, to add their interpretations, or to validate our perceptions. There are many experiences throughout one's day that involve perception. Recently, I had an encounter with my roommate that left me puzzled. When she normally walks into the room, she says hi, is very cheerful, and asks me how my day's been going. On this particular day, she walked into the room quietly with very little emotion. She sat down at her desk and put her headphones in immediately. Something was different about her on this day, and it really concerned me. I chose to address this problem because my roommate is a very important person in my life, and she was not acting like herself. I wanted to make sure everything was okay, and I wanted to do it in an appropriate way. Perception checking gave me a way to address her and her feelings without being invasive, and it allowed her to correct, add to, or validate my perceptions. The person who I am approaching to solve this problem is my 19-year-old female roommate, and she is very similar to me. I have known her for about 2 years, as she has been my roommate throughout college. I normally communicate with her in face-to-face communication, as we are involved in many aspects of each other's lives. We eat meals together, do homework together, and play on the basketball team together. I occasionally text her and Snapchat her, but that is only if I need to get a hold of her in a really quick manner. She is very close to me and is one of my best friends, which is why I was so concerned when she was not acting like herself. I've had this relationship with her since we started school at Concordia, and our friendship has continued to grow over the course of the past 2 years. Through the process of perception checking, I was able to address my roommate in a very appropriate and sensitive manner. The exact words that I used in the 3-part perception checking format were, "When you walked into our room earlier and didn't say anything and put your headphones in, I wasn't sure whether you were angry at me, or if your test did not go as well as you had liked, or if you had found out some bad news. Could you please tell me what was going on? If there's anything I can do to help, or if I did something that had upset you, I want to understand what that may be." My roommate responded by telling me that something was wrong. She unfortunately had just found out that her grandma had been diagnosed with breast cancer. Her initial reaction was that of regret or remorse, as she apologized for treating me as she did and informed me that I had done nothing wrong. After her apology, I could see the sadness and fear that came across her face as she told me the news. I could see the tears beginning to form in her eyes because of the disappointment from the news she received. She is scared for her grandma, but was thankful that I asked her about it because she needed to talk to someone about it. She was bottling it up and was about to explode, so she was very thankful that I asked her. Using the strategy of perception checking was very successful in my situation. By using this method, I was able to allow my roommate to share her feelings and her insight, and thus validate my thoughts by informing me that something was indeed wrong. My third interpretation of her behavior was asking if she had found out some bad news, and that indeed was the issue. The perception checking method allowed me to give her my ideas for reasons why she was upset, and it also allowed her to share what was truly affecting her. It allowed us both to clear the air and make sure that we were on the same page. In conclusion, I would highly recommend the strategy of perception checking in order to solve a problem without offending someone. It allows the person to talk about their feelings and explain what they were feeling and thinking when the situation had actually occurred.